Looks like an Indian winter. Catch you inside. RevelatorAlf. Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. Hope you enjoy the channel and the series of videos. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share, and check out the website RevelatorAlf.com. So in this video I'm talking about the Indian motorcycle lineup for 2021, and would any of them be attractive to you? Would you replace your existing bike, maybe your Harley? Would you go over to an Indian? Well, let's see what they got, and we can have a chat about it afterwards. So in 2021, Indian motorcycles are still continuing with the Scout series of motorcycles. They got the Scout 60, which here in the UK is just about £10,500. The Scout Bobber 60, which is £10,250. The Scout, which is £11,899. The Scout Bobber, which is £11,999. And the Scout Bobber 20, which is £12,899. Now, the entry-level bikes for Indian are the Scout 60 and the Scout Bobber 60, 1000cc V-twin liquid-cooled engines, and they are 76 horsepower, 88 newton meters. Fine-looking bikes, and they've got a lot to offer, especially for that price range. I mean, they're still expensive bikes, of course, but they are offering quite a lot of motorcycle for that price tag. Now, the daddy bikes in the Scout series are the Scout Bobber and the Scout Bobber 20. They're all powered by a liquid-cooled V-twin engine, 1133cc's, dishing out 94 horsepower and 97 newton meters of torque. That's not bad. What is characteristics of this bike, or the benefits of this bike? It's not only its chassis, its design, its look, but the way they've kind of gone into the 21st century with this liquid-cooled engine, and the actual engine itself, the profile itself, is fantastic as well. Looks really nice, and it's a great value bike, great bang for your buck, I would say. Next in the Indian arsenal for 2021 is the very well received FTR 1200, which is also built off the FTR 750, which did so well on the track. So this is a great bike, and it's been well received by many riders out there of all shapes and sizes and all preferences as well. Now, the FTR comes in 4 different variants: the FTR 1200, the FTR Rally, the FTR Carbon, and the FTR 1200S. Now, they're all powered by a 1203 liquid-cooled V-twin engine, delivering over 120 horsepower with 120 newton meters of torque, and that's peak torque, and 85 foot-pounds of low-end torque as well. So right throughout the range, this has got oodles of power, and it's great fun regardless of which variant you're going for. I'm particularly interested in the Rally version. I think that's got a lot of legs on it, but we'll see. Now, prices for the FTR range from $11,899 for the FTR 1200 all the way up to $14,699 for the Carbon. The Rally is $12,149. and the 1200S is $12,999. Now, in the cruiser category, they've basically got 2 variants of the Indian Vintage. You've got the Indian Vintage Standard, if you will, and the Indian Vintage Dark Horse. Now, both are powered by the air-cooled Thunderstroke 116 engine, which is 1890cc's, and that is delivering 168 newton meters of whopping power torque. Now, the prices for the Indian Vintage obviously depend on which variant that you have. For the Indian Vintage itself is $22,149, and for the Dark Horse is $21,399. Now, as we go through these bikes, my preference for the Indian is the Dark Horse. It really depends whether you want to go for the chrome look, the traditional look, or whether you want to go for something that's mean and moody. And I got to say, I like something that's a little bit mean and moody. So Dark Horse all the way for me. So in the bagger section, Indian have got 2 models and 2 variants of each model. You've got the Indian Springfield and the Indian Springfield Dark Horse. Then you've got the Indian Chieftain Dark Horse, and then you've got the Indian Chieftain Limited. Now, both are powered by the V-twin Thunderstroke 116 1890cc engine, and all are producing 168 Newton meters of whopping torque. Now, you either like the chrome vintage look of the Springfield, or you like the mean and moody look of the Dark Horse. But essentially, with the Springfield, you've got the no fairing bagger, if you will, and with the Chieftain, you have a bagger with a fairing, essentially. Still powered by that V-twin Thunderstroke 116 cubic inch engine, 1890cc, and 168 Newton meters of torque. You could either have the Dark Horse version, or you could go for the limited version, which is a lot more bling. Again, I would favour the Dark Horse, but that's just me. Horses for courses. Now, for the Indian baggers, the prices will start from £22,500 up to nearly £24,000. The Springfield is at £22,499. The Springfield Dark Horse a little less at £22,399. And both the Chieftain Dark Horse and the Chieftain Limited are both at £23,999. £24,000. And again, obviously, whatever spec you have and whatever extras you have on that, that will obviously bump up the price as well. Now, in the touring section, they only have one motorcycle really. That's the Roadmaster, but that comes in 3 variants. There is the Roadmaster Dark Horse, and the Roadmaster Limited. Now, all are powered by the air-cooled V-twin Thunderstroke engine, 116 cubic inches, 1890cc, producing 168 Newton meters of torque, and that's going to be plenty for this bike. It is the full fairing package and full comfort level as well for you and your pillion, your partner, whoever you will have on the back. So if you want to go for a long haul, then actually the Roadmaster is the kind of bike that you'll be looking for as well. Now, as I say, there are 3 variants, and it really depends what kind of look you're after and also what kind of finish and spec you're looking for as well. But fundamentally, the bike is the same. It's still powered by the same Thunderstroke 116 cubic inch engine, still delivering 168 Newton meters of torque, but it really depends what look you go for, and also the Dark Horse versus the blinged out chrome version, and to say what electronics package you want on there as well. But say fundamentally, they are the same. Now, prices for the Roadmaster start at $26,200-ish for the Roadmaster and the Roadmaster Dark Horse, and they're going up to £26,499 this is for the Roadmaster Limited. Now, obviously, depending on what spec you have or any other extras that you have on that, you'll start adding to that price as well. Now, Indian's flagship motorcycle is the Challenger, of course, and it comes either in the Dark Horse or the limited version. And both are priced at £24,999, but obviously if you add any extras on top of that, that will bump up the price. This is powered by the Power Plus liquid cooled engine, and it's delivering 122 horsepower with 128 foot-pounds of torque. So this Power Plus liquid cooled engine that they have in the Challenger, which is 1768 cc's, actually produces 178 Newton meters of torque. That's of grunt, that's of power. Now, it really depends, obviously, which variants you want and what spec you want as well. So that will bump up the price. But as I say, again, for me, the Dark Horse all the way. That's the kind of bike that I like. That's the kind of look that I'm definitely going for. What I like about Indian, more than any other motorcycle brand out there right now, is that actually they have limited motorcycle range. But what they do have is that they have quite a varied range in technology. They already have motorcycles that hark back to traditions, but also with the liquid cooled variants, they have ones that are really punching their weight into the next generation, or for the next generation as well. Yes, they are expensive bikes, just like Harley Davidson, but the question is, actually, do you get more bang for your buck with an Indian? And the figures would tend to say that you do tend to get a little bit more. Whether many people would agree with me on that is yet to be seen, but on paper it does seem as if you get a little bit more power for your pound, dollar or shekel that you spend. So I would say that, if you're looking for something away from Harley Davidson, who really have the market, let's say, then coming on strong are definitely Indian. They made great inroads over the last couple of years. This is the manufacturer of choice now for many riders in the cruiser world, let's say. They are swapping over to it. They are stealing Harley's thunder. Yes, no way near the numbers of Harley Davidson, of course. But, you know, they need to ignore them at their peril, I think, because they're producing some really good bikes. Just the shape and the design of their engines is just lovely. I'm not so keen on the Power Plus engine, I've got to say, from a looks point of view. But if you go back to the Scout engine, for example, that just looks really, really nice. From a side profile, looks really nice. So, you know, they've got most of the looks right on their bikes, I think, and it will come down to whether you like them or whether you don't like them. They're great rides. I'm planning a few rides on these myself. I am very tempted with the Dark Horse variant, I must say. I do want to try them out. I won't give it away just yet, but as I say, they're a great alternative. And if it's a case that you're going to spend the same amount of money on a Harley Davidson or any other brand who will produce a cruiser, let's say, well, I think you could spend your money just as well, if not better, on an Indian. So it really comes down to whether you like the bike, whether you like that style, and if that style is suitable for you. Also, I suppose it really depends whether you'll be able to make any changes to these bikes, whether you'll be able to do some light customization, what accessories are available to them, can you use some generic parts that might be fitted for Harley Davidsons, let's say, and then you could put them on this as well. You know, it's one of those things that you'll have to find out exactly what's available. I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's going to be lots of accessories and aftermarket accessories from manufacturers out there, just like Triumph have. You know, Triumph themselves don't produce a lot of aftermarket accessories, but actually other producers do. So I'm sure it'd be the same for Indian. For me, they're a great alternative to Harley Davidson, which I currently ride. I'm very tempted. If I was looking at an Indian, I was a huge fan of the Victory motorcycles, which the parent company Polaris shut down to put all their eggs into Indian. There's lots of accent pieces, there's lots of styling pieces that have been taken directly from Victory. In fact, most of the styling has come directly from Victory. So now Indian are really, as in they've come away from the Victory heritage, if you will, and they are really starting to push ahead with their own technology, their own designs, and the future's looking very bright for them and for a lot of people who will be looking to move away from Harley Davidson, let's say, in particular. They've had enough of them. They want to go somewhere else. They want, let's say, they still want American muscle. They still want an American motorcycle. And Indian seems like the perfect choice. And I don't think I can argue with that. Well, there we go then. So 2021, yes, Indian are coming on strong. They've got some lovely bikes on the market. It really depends where you are in the world, the market that you're in, which motorcycles will be made available to you, what the dealership network is. Obviously, that's where they are still building on their dealership network as well. But as I say, if you're looking for a motorcycle for a cruiser or a tour or something like that, I think you could do a lot worse than an Indian. I really do. But anyway, let me know what you think of Indian's 2021 lineup. Looks good to me. Right, okay, well, I'll see you on the next video, whenever that is. But don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Check out the website, RevelatorAlf.com. A couple more videos coming at the end of this one. And I'll catch you again. Ta-da.